When did my love for wrestling start? Oh man, that's a loaded question. And like the long story short, is the earliest memory I have of life, essentially. Literally the first memory I have of my life is 3 years old watching Bret Hart on WWF at the time, Raw. And according to my mom, literally the next day after that, I told her I was gonna be a pro when I grew up. So it's a lifelong obsession, 30 years strong so far, bro. How did we get to Michael Richard Blaze creating the Clandestine Wrestling Society? Well, it's not really something that I created, to be honest with you. Like, I obviously created it and it's associated with me, but it was actually like created by everybody that's a part of it. If I'm being honest with you, like when you watch the shows, there's 3 of us that are clearly a part of this Clandestine Society faction, but we're like only 3 out of all the people that ended up creating this entire thing, because we did this in a completely different place before. This started in like 2019 with a company called Force, and then it just kept going and going and going until eventually it just made sense to get our own place and to bring it to life and really make the whole thing, the like Clandestine Wrestling Society thing, and the family atmosphere and the group atmosphere, and the whole thing that I post all the time is we all get better together. Anybody that's here, we make everywhere we go and everyone else we touch better in some way. And if anybody comes here, they can help make us better. And that's basically like the motto, and that's kind of how it happened. It was just a long process of bringing it to life. Everybody's been psyched about it for a while because we've known about it for a while, and it's probably the biggest independent wrestling show that's realistically ever happened in Edmonton when it comes right down to it. Because whether it's because we're tied to the Oil Kings or not, it doesn't matter. When it comes right down to it, at the very core, we're doing an LPW show in front of, from what I've heard so far, like minimum 8,000 people.
It's wild, like unbelievable is the word I keep going back to in the most literal of ways. I've seen concerts here, I've watched hockey games here pretty well since the venue opened, and taking it back to Rexall even further, right? So unbelievable in the most literal sense of the word. Now that everything's sort of set up and we're here, the nerves are starting to go away a little, which is nice because they were certainly there, but yeah, real excited.
Yeah, how are you feeling about the talent tonight, about some of the cards you got?
That's the easiest part of it, to be honest with you. I'm real confident that we've got the best wrestlers, whether you're looking at Alberta or British Columbia in Travis's case, or, you know, really above the 49th parallel. That's the easiest part of my job, is the logistics and the setup, and all of that is the tough part, because we've got the best talent, and I think we've got some of the best people in this industry, really. So I'm real confident in them, frankly. I'm more confident in anything they're doing than even me sometimes. So I know we're going to have a lot of great matches tonight, 5 of them in fact, and we're going to show really what professional wrestling above the 49th is all about.
The name's Lumberjack Larry Woods. I've been professionally wrestling for about 7 years now come February, and honestly, like, took a gamble with Love Pro Wrestling, and this is where it's got us. So honestly, former Oil Kings captain number 9. This is cool.
And you guys just finished up. How are you feeling right after your bout?
Amped up. I mean, there's a lot of months of anticipation for the show, right? As soon as it got announced, we were all super excited about it, and you know, now that it's over, it's like, we wish it was longer, you know what I mean? Hit that endorphin rush, that like adrenaline where it's like, all right, when do we go do it again? Like, are we up? Can we go do it? Or it's a lot of fun. It's a history-making moment, especially for independent wrestling. So just super excited. Everybody came out and looking forward to the rest of the show.
Yeah, especially here in Edmonton. You know, like this is a pretty big deal for our part of the woods.
Yeah. I'm incredibly excited, and I think it's so awesome to be able to be here in Rogers Place. I've been very fortunate to have the opportunity to wrestle in the Saddle Dome in Calgary, but being able to be here kind of in my own backyard a little bit, way crazier.
You game then, little girl!
I've worked for multiple companies. I'm not trying to bash anyone, but I just find like all the pieces are in the right order for Love Pro Wrestling. Like, I've never been in a more happier, stable locker room, and I think that's what draws at least more wrestlers to want to be a part of this. They have a nice stage, they have a nice venue, they have the means to get out across rather than just recording off like a camera and then uploading it to YouTube. And there's multiple different areas that they're able to upload all of their matches and videos and all that. I think it's just, they have all the pieces in order, so now it's just time to grow.
Being here in Rogers Place, what's that feel like for you? This massive arena with, you know, almost 8,000 fans are going to be here tonight. What's that feel like?
Obviously there was Rexall before this, but this is the arena in Edmonton and has been for most of the time I've lived here. So getting to perform in here is a really big deal for me. It's huge. It's a big deal for everybody here. Having that many people here is really cool. Nowhere other than WWE has wrestled in front of this kind of audience.
The biggest thing in wrestling is, you know, it's quality over quantity. It's not as many shows as you do as the quality of the show. And this is, I mean, one of the biggest venues in Alberta, in Edmonton, a quality, brand new, amazing arena. I mean, to us, this is a dream come true. We're so happy to work here and with the Oil Kings group to come to Rogers Place, and we're hoping that we can come back again next year. The biggest thing with Love Pro Wrestling is we're looking to take wrestling out of the legions and the bingo halls and the small gymnasiums, and we're looking to take it to all the fans out there. So people understand that there's amazing, highly produced, terrific wrestling right here in Edmonton.
Yeah. What's it like, you know, it's kind of growing this, you know, movement, this kind of like independent scene right here in Edmonton? What's that been like?
It's really cool. Speaking for a few people, well, pretty well everybody here, whether it's been wrestling or refereeing or fans, everybody here before Love Pro was a vital part of Alberta's scene. They really were, whether it was with the PWA or any of the other promotions. So for all of us to be able to really take it to what we all feel is the next level for, again, not just us, but across Canada really, it means a lot. You know, Edmonton and Alberta and really Canada as a whole, maybe sometimes didn't get the shine that all of us felt it should have over the last few years, and especially coming out of the pandemic. So to be someone and to be a brand that, again, humbly, we're really at the forefront of a lot of this scene among other great promotions, it means a lot. It means the whole world, really.